I got goals to chase, I got roads to pave. Not yet where I wanna be, but I got close today. I went ghost today, I got least to say. I've been focused on these dreams like I didn't sleep today. Y'all can be so amazed, y'all ain't seen nothing like this.
So lots of grading companies, right? We got the big boys. We got the PSAs, the BGSs, and then we got second tier, third tier, and so many different grading companies popped up during the backlog, PSA, and the boom, right? What do I suggest? Stick to the big guys, right? Like, I mean, there's so many small guys that people are cracking slabs with their hands, taking cards out. For me, obviously PSA is at the top, right? Like, you know, PSA holds the value. As you guys know, I'm big on SGC. Very big on SGC. I see value in SGC. Maybe not for your highest end, right? Like, but for a value card to get back in 4 to 6 weeks for $35, I see tons of value in that, having that encased. I've always been a BGS guy. I like the look, the feel of BGS. Unfortunately, they haven't been moving during this backlog as much as I'd hoped they have, and opening back up and creating different levels. Hopefully they get there. Hopefully they get there.
It's kind of interesting for me where it's one of those where we're talking about banking on a player and expecting him to in the future go up. I'm kind of doing that same thing with SGC.
Yeah, interesting.
Where I'm banking on the fact that an SGC slab is eventually, it might not necessarily be on the same level, but it'll be close. The gap will close. And there's still that window of, you know, I can submit a card at $35 and there could be value. I don't necessarily have to flip that card right now. I'm kind of holding on to that thought that the industry as a whole is going to, you know, jump on that SGC bandwagon, give it the respect. Because I feel like those guys are doing a fantastic job. They're really good with the customers. There's really good videos online to see their process and how they actually grade. And I just think for me, it's one of those, I'm sitting on it, I'm banking on it, I'm kind of investing in it. And
I think that's already started. Like from when I first heard of SGC or started using SGC to even like present day, in the last sort of 8 to 10 months, I've already started to see the SGC valuations, you know, close the gap on PSA. So yeah, when you factor in the cost to grade and the time to grade, SGC is a phenomenal option. And I agree with everything you guys have said. I think PSA is still the kingpin. I'm a big fan of BGS. And I think SGC is a phenomenal sort of third place company, especially an affordable one. Yeah. What I'd like to see, and you know, this all sort of ties in back to like Web 3.0 and then the future of the hobby and everything else, is there needs to eventually be a hyper standardized way to grade cards using AI or technology or scanning technology. The fact that all grading companies are still using the human eye to grade, I still think is a huge issue. Yeah. And listen, let's call it out. We have submitted to PSA. We have gotten a grade from PSA. We have been unhappy with that grade. Yeah. We have cracked that slab, submitted it right back as a raw card, and received a different grade. Yep. That is a huge, huge issue. Yeah. Because on big boy cards, an 8 to a 9 is thousands of dollars. Yeah. And one human being sitting at PSA thought one way, and another one thought another way, and me as the customer or the card owner cost me thousands of dollars. At the end of the day, the fee I pay is regardless. You know, they make their money regardless. So I think that's a massive issue, and I think anytime you involve the human element, what mood am I in today? Am I hungover? How's my vision today? You know, do I have a toothache? Whatever it is, family life. It'll impact the grade that you give. As much as they, I'm sure, train the heck out of their people and try to super standardize processes and workflows, you will always have discretionary judgment, and that leads to non-standardized practices, which can mess with stuff. Yep.
And listen, nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect.
People make mistakes. Plain and simple.
Fair.
You can be, you know, you can be having the best day. It could be everything, but you might have thought you saw something when in reality you didn't, and now it's costing you. So, it's that's definitely a really important one.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. We love doing these Shop Talk videos. We try to put them out as often as we can. If you have any feedback or comments, make sure to include them in the comments below. Make sure you hit subscribe. Make sure you hit follow. Always a pleasure handling these videos and engaging with the audience. So thanks again, guys.